Welcome back to Lostboys Cypher Circle, everyone. The Cypher Circle is back in session. This is home of all things artistic. If you got a song, a poem, a rap, some artwork, or just a conversation you want to have, this is the place to get your thoughts and your feelings heard. If you want to come on the show, you can message me at Dylan Lawler, or you can email me at lostboy420@gmail.com. As I always say before we get started, I want to take a second to talk about mental health because it's a big part of my show. It's a big part of my life. It's a big part of all of our lives. So to everyone out there, I want to just say, keep your head held high and keep getting through it. You've been through things before. You've been through tough times before, and you will get through this too. And if you ever need someone to talk to, you can always reach out to me. And you can also reach out to a friend, a colleague, a coworker. There's somebody in your life that cares. I promise you. Also, if you can't and aren't comfortable reaching out to any of those resources, there is a Lifeline Crisis. You can go to lifelinecrisis.com and find all the phone numbers for your area codes, or text 988 and get some help there. Or you can go to betterhelp.com, and what they'll do is they'll hook you up with like an online therapist. The process is pretty quick. It takes like 2 days. It's also one of the cheapest forms of therapy out there. And if you don't vibe with the therapist that they hook you up with, they'll switch it out until you find somebody that you do vibe with. So I hope you guys find some help there. And piggybacking off of that, we, as well as talking about mental health, we cover a lot of triggering topics on this show. So I just want to give a quick trigger warning to anyone out there. I just want to say, if you find something on this show triggering and you need to click out or stop watching, none of us will be offended in the slightest. I get it. You never know what's going to trigger you from day to day, but I hope that we don't trigger you too bad, and we can have a good night. So moving forward with that, before we get to anything else, this is our Thanksgiving episode. So I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And it's not quite Thanksgiving yet, but by the time we come back next week, we will already have full bellies and then long times in the bathroom. So, that being said, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And we're going to get started with our first artist, which is actually our artist from last week, our throwback feature artist who won the vote, my brother, Shadow, Brendan Lawler. Nothing else need be said. Let's play the clip, ladies and gentlemen.
So, sorry. As I walk alone along this path I know I'm chosen for, it could be so beautiful if only I could close the door. I should just be grateful, but I always seem to want some more, especially as I lay face down upon that tile floor. I wish I was the one that you could say that you adore, but I lost myself the moment that you acted like a whore. You said you want to see my soul, there could have been a tour, but not to quote the Raven, now I'm with you nevermore. Now I find my answers at the bottom of the bottle while I'm cruising down these roads sipping whiskey open throttle. You make me feel so hollow while you're acting like a model. Now my pride I need to swallow, cause I am no Aristotle. I wish I had the words to say to make you think I'd be okay, but now I'm laying in my grave cause we both know I can't be saved. I wish my chosen path was paved, but with the ruts along the way I've learned there's love and not just pain, but most comes from inside your brain. Although you make me feel insane, I would do all of this again if only I could just refrain from letting us slip down the drain. Now how am I supposed to plan for this? You've been acting cancerous. Every time I ask you pissing, you won't even answer it. That's when I just crack a fifth and bandage up the wrist I slit. My mind is in a labyrinth, yet still inside your house to sit. I saw you as my astronaut, you draw me like a mouse to hit. I thought your love was real, but I guess that shit was counterfeit. I am not the man for this. My soul I thought you steal, but you took my heart and trampled it. Now you make me feel like my option is to bail. I'll break myself with steel and still hide behind the veil. When the talking gets frail, I know you'd rather see me fail, but while I'm walking this trail, I know this path, I will prevail.
Yo, dude. And he might be surprised that he won, but I am not surprised in the slightest. He thought, he is always so like hesitant to come on the show because he doesn't know if he's gonna be on everybody's level, and he ended up being the top spot, bro. Like I've been telling him all along, he's got that fire, bro. So anyway, y'all go follow him at Brendan Lawler on Facebook and check him out because he's gonna be on the show again very soon. Moving forward, I'd like to introduce our first artist of the night. She's new to the circle. Her name is Nia Connie. or Lady Crucible. She's a poet from Chicago. Y'all can go follow her on Instagram at Lady Crucible. That's Lady__ Crucible, or subscribe to her on YouTube at Poetic Priestess. Let's play her flyer and get her up here.
And this piece is called When You Come For Me. So when you come for me, make sure your frequency's on the right channel. Your voice not distorted, because I'm coming for war. Plowing the roads, who want to go first? Ain't taking no shit. You want to do this? Then go ahead and spit. See, my pen chooses violence when my back's against the wall. The derogatory venom dripping from my tongue as the libations of my dialect sizzles in your throat.
Let's go.
Covered in the dust of zero fucks. Leaving you wandering in the land of the lost. Applying this pressure with my hands, causing chaos in your head. When you come for me, you better realize who you dealing with. No trace of contraceptive, no plan B pill. As the birth of a beast crowned with ravenous intentions, my intent became intentional, unleashing the agitations, disintegrating the lace poisons of anguish, leaving you gagging on the image of my presence. You can't insult me or my intelligence. See, because I'm a project baby. State way I'm claiming. I
Come
grew
on,
up
twin.
playing with
Stay
the
away, baby.
devil.
Let's go, twin.
What was you saying? Oh, wait. I can't hear you. See, you bringing the battle. I'm going... Hold on. See, you bringing the battle. I'm going to war. I'm going to leave your shadow dragging your bones, leaving your soul with nowhere to go. Your thoughts on this?
Let's go.
Slim to none.
Hurdle.
I'm the verse off the top of your dome. Now, doggy, where you from? Because around here, you not going to breathe too long. Now, get on gone and take them bones and dig them bitches back where
Hey, I can already tell we got one powerful fucking poet in the house tonight. How you doing?
Yeah, I try to be.
Yeah, that was definitely powerful. So how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing good. Been up and running all day. Did a turkey drive here in Chicago today with the Poet Foundation.
Nice.
So I had a pretty overall good day today.
Hell yeah! Giving back to the people. I like it.
Yeah.
Yo,
definitely.
so you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and your writing and what got you started and whatnot?
Well, I actually been writing since I was a kid, but I lost my mom, so I had stopped writing over. It's been about 15, 20 years. I literally just picked my pen back up this year.
Damn.
And I'm gonna say about February, March of this year. And
nice.
I out in that dark place, I'm slowly finding my way out now. So that's what inspired me to write. Is basically I'm on a journey to healing.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. I had my mom pass a few years ago too, and there was definitely a time after that where like you would have I would have thought that like I always write from a place of pain.
Yeah.
So I would have thought that it would have given me more to write about, and it has since. But there was a time afterward, for about 2 years where I just wasn't writing shit because
Right.
It was,
like you was angry.
Yeah.
You didn't really have no words.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And then most people kind of got angry at me, but they was like, "Well, why don't you just pray?" And at that moment, and I was still young, so at that moment it was like I did pray. My prayers didn't get answered. So now I'm angry. And now I find myself putting all that frustration on paper.
Well, good. That's what it's for, yo. I always say, like, this is a therapy session. Like, before anything else, it's our therapy session. And, like, we need to keep using what our talent and what we have to not just share with the world, but get it out of here and use it as a fucking a funnel and drain the negative energy out,
Right. Finding just a different way of channeling it instead of just, because I used to have a bad habit of just lashing out. So now instead of lashing out, I lash out on paper.
Yeah. I feel that. That's definitely something I relate to. I've always had a bit of a temper, and I've always tried to find a way to just put it on the paper instead of taking it out on everybody else in my life.
Right.
And some of the things I say might offend you or whatever, but that's what it's for. See, you know what I mean? It's the artwork and it's the
Right.
we gotta have
Right.
this. Yo, so I appreciate you coming on the show and sharing your personal therapy and your personal outlet with us.
Oh, no problem.
What's the first piece you're gonna be sharing with us tonight?
I'm actually gonna do my grateful piece first.
All
I
right,
think I need
cool.
to get that one out the face.
All
All
right.
right.
It's a Thanksgiving episode. I'm gonna drop myself out of here.
What am I not grateful for? Am I expressing enough gratitude? There is a time to give thanks, but I give thanks to everyone that's helped me. I give more than thanks to my mother for raising me to be the woman that I am today. I'm grateful for your love. I'm grateful for my children. Without them, I'm nothing. I'm grateful for my memories I always cherish. I'm thankful and grateful for the love surrounding me, the faith that's inspiring. I'm thankful for life. I almost lost it twice. Thankful for the air that I breathe. Grateful God restored my soul because I was lost in the dark. I'm thankful for new beginnings. I'm grateful to be free of the chains that was bound to me. I'm grateful for words, for I've become a poet. I'm grateful for change, the ups and downs. I'm grateful for my pen. It's become my salvation. I'm grateful for new friends and new adventures. I'm thankful for a lot of things, more grateful than ever. I'm grateful that I'm back on the right path. I'm grateful for the challenges ahead. I'm eternally grateful that my mental is stable. Poem.
I don't know if I'm supposed to clap or snap because I never get that right because it's a poem. But hell yeah, yo, I like that. And I announced that it was a Thanksgiving themed episode, and kind of not. I kind of suggested if everyone wants to write to the theme, that's okay. If not, whatever. But then I realized, oh well, I have to write to the theme. So over the past couple of days, I tried to crank one out. And I'll just say that it was very hard for me to write something, write a piece about what I was thankful for, because a lot of what I write, like I said, is dark, and you know what I mean. And you
Right.
did it amazing. You were able to be like introspective and retrospective about your life and just your personal the things that affect you, and why you're thankful for the things you're thankful for, and like really get it across. And I also, one of the things I love the most is like how you performed it. I'm a big person on like performance and how things are, like words have to be spoken a certain way to get a certain message across. And that part where you were like, I'm thankful for air I breathe, like where you took that breath, like that is fantastic. I
Oh,
love
thank you.
that technique. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you.
So when did you wrote that, like when I asked about the or when I asked everybody if they were going to write to the theme?
I just wrote this 20 minutes ago.
Holy shit. Wow. Hey, hell yeah. Shit.
Yeah, I
Goddamn.
literally just wrote this 20 minutes ago.
Well, goddamn. Yo, all right, we got other artists clapping for you already, so I'm gonna bring the other artists up here to see what they thought of your piece. Who wants to go first?
I thought it was awesome. It gave me
Thank
chills.
you.
Because lady, I'm gonna say, Lady C, I love it because your story and my story are similar. Because how you said you didn't write for more than 20 years, I was like that. But my flow came back literally on the onset of COVID. And
Mm.
that's how it started to grow. And your piece literally breathe life into me. I'm sure it was bred into the life of those who listen. And if you have it printed, I know it will be part of the reader's life now.
Oh, actually, this piece is 9 times out of 10. I'm actually working on a book called The Journey, which is a journey to my healing. So this piece will actually go in my book.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
cool.
So
Fantastic.
Any
I'm
debate?
hoping to have that done sometime by the middle of next year. So yeah, that's my goal
Oh,
this year.
okay.
Word, yo, everybody stay tuned for that shit.
I'll
Yeah,
definitely keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. And how
Um,
much poems are you working on for the book?
Wait a minute, say that again.
About how many poems will be in your book?
Ooh, I'm gonna put about 20, 25 poems in my book.
Okay.
all right. Yeah, I was actually
It
wondering
depends. I
that
might put a
myself.
little more.
Mhm.
It's like I look up on Google like what's the average poetry book like, and you get all sort of answers. And I'm like, well,
Mhm.
I guess I might as well just do my own thing with it. You know what I mean? Because I was
Basically.
thinking somewhere around 20 to 30, around that. But
Right.
then I see people
Yeah,
who come out with monsters that are just
yeah,
like War and Peace. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Right.
Because like what I did with my first book, which I officially dropped the night I came onto Dylan's first show. I did like 24, but how I did it, it was like written by the times of day. So
Oh,
because
okay.
everybody will like put one, two, whatever. I didn't do it like that. And right now I
Oh, okay.
yeah, so yeah, and now my second book, which is my background, I don't know why I just went almost all out. I did like 61 pieces for it.
What
And
Oh,
is it?
wow.
this
Wow, that's
literally will be the one I will be doing. Used to be
Is
Oh, okay.
yeah,
oh no
because
I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. I definitely got to go
yeah,
find them. I love to read, so.
yeah, it's on Amazon right now.
Oh,
oh
okay. And
no
see, I love to read and I love to be
Mhm.
inspired. So that's my
you want to tell everybody the name of your book real quick? Oh no, we can't
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
see it.
Okay, it's now that's what I call poetry.
Oh hell yeah! Is
Uh,
that
uh,
and then
yeah, because it actually came out. I didn't even realize, like you could start pre-saving your ideas on KDP. So it was not until I decided I was going in a different direction for like a part two of Midnight, call it Midnight Carmel's Dawn. And when I went on KDP, I saw I already started to work on this book since last year without even realizing it.
nice? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Shannon, you've been a little quiet. Did you have anything you wanted to say to Lady Crucible, Lady C?
Yeah, I mean, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing. Like when you took that breath to add emphasis, that I don't know, that did it for me. I started getting a little choked up. I'm like, oh my goodness, she is amazing. Um, Definitely brought a lot of feeling to your work. Like, I mean, if there's a thankful poem that I've ever heard, I think that definitely tops it.
Yeah, you nailed it for sure.
oh, thank you guys. Y'all got me over here blushing and stuff.
And you wrote it 20 minutes ago. How do you do that? That is amazing.
You know what?
Yeah.
For some odd reason, I can writing under pressure is my thing. I don't know why, but it is. It's like you can give me 7 words and tell me I've done a many a prompts where I've had to do 7 words in 7 minutes. So
That's
it's
awesome.
like, yeah.
I planned this show like 3 weeks ago and then started writing a day or two ago. I always do it last minute and I just yeah,
I'm quick.
I'll do
I'm
that
good for last
next
minute.
time. Yeah.
I wrote a whole erotic piece the other night for another room that I had at like 10 o'clock. I promise you, I didn't start writing it till 9:45. and was done by 10 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Uh,
tell them to stop.
Like you say, you and I are literally time twins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely got to rock with y'all. I'm loving this group already. I definitely am.
Yo, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Yo, it's great to have you. Thank you for sharing that with us. We'll have you back up on in a few minutes.
Alrighty.
We're gonna get our second artist up here. Uno, you want to go second?
Yeah, no problem.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
we'll play a flyer real quick. I just
No,
real
you
quick,
don't really have to.
you already plugged your book.
Yeah. Here, as we were starting this, right? I just got a message. Remember the mental health thing I was telling you about?
Yeah, I was actually just about to talk about it.
Yeah, so I just found out they were only choosing out of the many pieces that were submitted, both my pieces were actually just chosen and it will be dropping within the next few days.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah. So, what he's talking about, by the way, is a group initiative called Bond with Words, and their mission is to bring awareness to mental health with writing and poetry. And obviously, he already plugged his book that's out on Amazon right now. And you can also go find all of this and more at thepoetrycnr.weebly.com. That's spelled THA poetrycnr.weebly.com. And yeah, I'm gonna just play your flyer real quick since I have it up here. And yeah.
So Wonder Woman, in her eyes, her heart, and soul, there's a fire, a burning passion and desire, breaking free from the change, shattering all those constraints. She is strong, she's fierce, a force to be reckoned with, no fear. She stands tall with her head held high. With every step, she defies every lie. She is the embodiment of power, a symbol of strength that towers above those who seek to bring her down. She wears her crown with an unwavering frown. She's a warrior, a fighter, a beacon of hope and a rescuer. She fights for justice and equality. She stands out against every misogyny and, as Trini say, Mama Guy. She is the essence of grace, the true epitome of beauty. Her strength lies in her heart, her power and unbreakable spirit. She is a force to be reckoned with, a true inspiration, a gift. She is what a Wonder Woman in all her glory, a story that will live on in history.
Yeah, I love that one. Thanks for coming back, man.
What I actually did on Independence Day for Trinidad this year, I actually turned it into a little video montage for like a lot of the educators, the female educators, because as we know, a lot of teachers around the world, they get a bad name, they get a bad rap, but of course, without the educators, especially the women, they are the one who holding the education system together. So I gave my little tribute to them in that poem.
That's
that
fantastic.
Was re-released for the New Year, for the Independence, I should say.
Yeah. And I guess that kind of gets into like talking about yourself a little bit. Is you're a teacher in Trinidad, right?
Yes.
And you specialize in special education.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I honestly had that whole like that department holds a special place in my heart. Not only because I was in special ed myself, but because I have lots of family and lots of friends who have gone through the special ed, and it like not only you were saying teachers get a bad rep, but anybody in special education gets a bad rep. The students, the teachers, they all sort of get a bad rep. At least when I was going to school, there was kind of a stigmatism there. So I appreciate you for not only working with people who need extra help, but like being brave enough to ignore the stigmatism.
Yeah, because what the people who are supposedly normal fail to realize, a lot of students could actually do more than them, because I am sure, ask somebody who is considered normal to actually play a musical instrument, they cannot even do it. You ask them to play, like today we had Special Olympics. I am sure a lot of the regular people can't even do half of the athletic skills that these people who supposedly have a special need doing. So
Yeah.
people need, as the old cliche goes, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah. Check yourself before you wreck it. I like that, yo, definitely, dude. Well, thank you for supporting the mental health community and the Special Olympics and the special education community in general. I think it's amazing what you do. That's awesome, dude. Is there anything else you would like to tell the people about yourself before we get into your?
Okay. Well, one other thing that my friends will really know about me, I am an avid animal rights activist. So some of my work actually will, when people really thinking they're trying to figure out if I was talking about something with the animals, something with special ed, because a few of my friends now, and even some strangers, when they read my work, saying, you sound almost like a Shakespearean person. I never read Shakespeare. I do not like to read.
I've never read Shakespeare. I do not like to read. Oh man!
No, because let me give you a good TSA joke from when I was visiting the US for Christmas. So I went to Miami on vacation. One of the things, we have to fill out the form before we enter. So even before I do anything, the TSA guy asks, "You're a teacher, aren't you?" I say, "Yes." Why? Because a lot of teachers, they do not read certain parts and they either fill it or don't fill it, and you didn't fill it. So that's how I know you're a teacher. So we tell the students to read, and we don't even read instructions.
No, teachers already went through all the schooling. They don't need to. They don't need to read. No, that one's good. That one's good. Yeah.
Yes.
Grading must be fun for you. Just get out a big stamp and just.
Or if it was that easy.
Oh man.
No, when it comes to students' work, we definitely read.
Yeah.
It's everything else we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this piece I'm going to do used to be young. Literally, like in the very last minute, I decided to put it into the book because Amazon, when I did the cover, they said, "Oh, something was wrong with the cover." So I said, "You know what? I think since I decided to drop it on my birthday, I should include this piece, especially because my birthday was on Wednesday, and I say, turning 40 is something special. Let me make this the book that will cement my own legacy."
So that was the 15th. Your
Yes.
birthday. Oh, happy late birthday, man.
Yes. I also, if you had the show on Tuesday, it would have been just one day late, but better late than never.
Yeah, dude, that is awesome that you're like, not only it's kind of we're having a Thanksgiving episode, but you get to come on for your birthday the way you came on for my birthday. So, dude, that's awesome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Yes, because as the original poem to you said, you are the one who gathered the Lost Boys.
Yo, what's the first piece you're gonna be sharing with us tonight?
Yeah. So it is Used to Be Young.
Used to be young. All right, I'll drop myself out of here.
Yeah. Used to be young. Birthed 14,600 days ago. Youth reigned supreme. My heart was wild, my soul a vibrant gleam. I danced beneath the moon, the rain, lost in song. Melodies engulfed my spirit unbound. Dawn of 40. I find myself adrift. No, never in solace clear, standing lost upon this shifting shore. I dreamt, now I yearn for more. Who am I? What path do I tread? Questions plague my weary heart and head. Though the years may pass and time may tell, I long to change, to break this hollow spell. Youth fleeting, carefree nights gone, laughter no longer under vibrant city lights. Friends were few, like whispers in the breeze. No one to anchor me amidst life's seas. Still, I fail to grasp my self worth. Shadows cast, my visions veil askew. Fear not, weary life's labyrinth. Within every soul, a light still plays. Rediscover my dreams I once buried deep within. Unleashing the fire of passions now begin. Though doubt lingers, the storms brew. I believe. Faith will see me through. I shall embrace the lessons, the maturity that imparts, molding my being, aligning scattered parts. Take my heart. 40 is just a number. A chance to grow, to right what's gone so wrong. Within my hands, the power of truth and thankfulness lies indeed, summoning the strength and once again succeed. Shackles of my former self shed, embracing truth, relinquishing false held wealth. Reborn in moments, epic journeys awaits. A tale of transformation, no room for fates. Depths of who I am, a diamond amidst the thickest star. Used to be young, but wisdom finds its way. Thanking life for scars as lesson learned, bridges burn, trepidation sways. You're on your own, kid, in this grand dance of time, universe of kindred spirits, all in its prime. Believe, dear dreamer, hold on tight to what is true, turning tides in you. Me shall ensue. Happy 40 to the midnight soul. Karma will bring what is just, and a desert so bold. A desert bold. And that was Used to Be Young.
That was a fantastic poem, an amazing tribute to yourself, and like super inspiring, dude. Like, and I even if you haven't read Shakespeare, I do get what some people are saying about the kind of Shakespearean way you flow your words. It's kind of got like a Shakespearean, like Robert Frost, like old timey to it. I really love that, and I also love the imagery, particularly the one of the shoreline, because it kind of reminded me of what you were saying about Lost Boys.
Yeah.
And I love how you brought it all back to, you know, the lessons you've learned and how, you know, getting older isn't a bad thing because you've gotten wiser and you've gotten stronger. I love that. That was awesome. Did you just write that?
I wrote it just before my birthday. Probably, I actually did it like in the beginning of November because I know I was turning 40. But like Lady C said, it only took me like probably half an hour to 45 minutes to write this piece.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well, that was fantastic. And your word choice is always, as always, out of this world, man. You use words that like I wouldn't even think of to use. It is fantastic. I'm going to bring everybody up here real quick and see what they thought about it.
Yay.
Who
I
wants
think
to?
it was great.
It was
Okay.
great. I love your
Yes.
confidence and your smile. You just like make everybody, you make me have energy with your smile.
I know it is contagious.
It is for sure.
Yeah, that's why I love to have him on the show. He brings this positive energy that we
Absolutely.
need.
Absolutely. Passion and confidence.
Yeah,
I think you kind of remind me of like Edgar Allan Poe meets William Wordsworth, where there's like a lot of imagery and it's kind of bittersweet, but it still has like a happiness to it, you know?
Yeah.
I like it.
Because one of the pieces in my book, actually, you know, the poem Nobody, it was actually created off that because, as they say, Poe is like, well, Poe the Raven is like one of my favorite pieces. I have never really read it, but what I know of it, I just feel the vibe in that one.
yeah. No, you definitely. She's right. You definitely, like I was saying, you have like an old timey, like Edgar Allan Poe kind of, Robert Frost kind of. I like. It's not too often we have somebody like that on the show. We actually had somebody last week who he's a rapper, but he's also like this brilliant poet that just writes in like this, like he writes in this very old time way, but uses like imagery and words that I wouldn't even think of. And it like he was on for the first time last week, but he fucking killed it. And yeah, I love that old like Robert Frost and Edgar Allan Poe are two of my favorites like of all time. Like I'm definitely into a lot of the older stuff like that, and it is fantastic to have something like that on the show. Lady C, did you have something you want to say? She's frozen.
Yeah.
I use the power of the Force. It's gonna work. Oh, she's glitching a little bit. Well, Robin, do you have anything you wanted to add? Well, she's trying to figure that out.
That smile, you could be saying anything, and I'd be like, "Oh, yay!"
Yeah, no, it's definitely contagious. Yeah,
for real. Your confidence is awesome. Your play is awesome. I really enjoy you. And so does my.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Lady C, are you unfrozen? Are you back with us?
Oh, I was just on
you have
mute.
anything you want to add?
Man, first off, I mean, I'm just gonna say, your first piece, I got to give you the snaps on that because I love not just only the wordplay, but how you incorporated the superhero females. Yes, that was just phenomenal. And this second piece, your wordplay, the sensual wordplay is just profound and so prolific that each word that you speak, it's like I'm picturing myself. It's each word you spoke, it's like I'm walking as your pen is guiding on paper. Like that is just phenomenal. I'm loving it.
Yeah, he
Thank
is
you.
amazing at what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Well,
you.
I am always glad to be here and see because, as I said in the poem, I don't even see sometimes my own self-worth, but having my fellow, as I said, the bards come out and actually tell me I'm like, I actually have some words in poetry. And I am just so proud and happy to be sharing my words because, as I always say, every one of us, our words will inspire somebody. We don't know who or how, but we are the ones who give life without even knowing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that was awesome.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. We're gonna go on to our third artist. Shannon, are you ready?
Sure.
All right,
Sure.
cool. She has asked us to forego the flyer tonight, so we're just gonna get right into it. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am a medical worker and a mom and a wife and pretty much an all around boring human being.
That doesn't sound boring. That sounds busy.
It's busy, yeah,
That sounds
busy,
very
but in a
busy.
good way.
Sounds
In a good way.
anything but boring, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with with kids. My kids are adults now, but they're still my kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. So what about your writing? When did you start? And tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I've been kind of writing off and on since forever. But I think probably in like 2014, I picked it up again and kind of really accidentally fumbled into a book that I've been working on since then, that I talked about the last time I was on the show. And I'm still dicking around with it. One day
Yeah.
I'll finish it.
Yeah, I feel that. Especially with, not like when I'm writing poems or songs, it's easier to kind of like wrap everything up quickly. But when you're writing a story like you do, there's so many things and there's so many loose threads. There's always going to be a plot line. Oh, somebody's always going to complain, and there's always going to be
Yeah.
something and like there's so many things to think about in a story because like you're creating characters and you're literally creating lives, and you have to think of everybody's lives individually and how everything affects them, and it's just like it's a lot to juggle when you're literally creating worlds while handling your own world, like you said, in the medical profession and with your kids. Like that's a lot to deal with. And so
Yeah.
bravo, hats off. I don't have a hat, but hats off to you.
Well,
um
thanks.
hoods off to you. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on again. It's great to have you. I
Yeah,
think
thanks for having me, for sure.
this is like our 18th show. You were on. I checked it out earlier. You were on our 7th show. So it's been 11 weeks
Wow.
since we've seen you. Um, and last time, I
And you're
believe.
still sick of me. I have that effect. It's lasting.
Oh no, we're so happy to have you back on. And also I forgot to mention, y'all can go follow her at Shannon Province on Facebook. And she's also looking for people to help beta read the book that she was talking about, and give her some pointers or some suggestions or just an audience view. So if you're interested in doing that, you can email her at gcoffee, that's GEE coffee 61381 at hotmail.com. Yes, you heard me correctly. Hotmail.com.
Hey, come on, I'm old.
It's
I can't help it.
2023.
It is. I did not realize when I set up my email account that I would be stuck with that for the rest of my life because it is linked to everything. I'm pretty sure I can't even donate my organs without my email address tattooed somewhere on me. And if I didn't know it was going to be that, I would have shortened it and gone with Gmail.
Yeah.
Is that even a thing anymore? Gmail?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah. We
Okay.
still use.
That's still there.
Yeah. Oh well, thank you so much for coming on tonight. What's the first piece you're going to share with us?
Well,
Or
it's
no,
the only piece.
your own piece. I'm sorry. I get all confused. There's a lot going on in my life too.
That's
So
okay.
you're going
I
to share a
understand.
story with us tonight, and what's it called?
Traditions.
Traditions.
And it's a short story. I do not do well writing under pressure in short amounts of time. Um, I'm actually in awe of all of these amazing artists and poets you have on your show. When they say, "Oh yeah, I just wrote that," I'm like, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It takes me 20 minutes to write a text message, and then I screw it up and have to delete it." So this one I wrote this morning, and then have been fuddling with it all day. It's a short story. It's not short compared to some of the amazing poetry we've heard. But for me, it's kind of short.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll draw myself out of here. Let's hear it. I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off my camera because I look really stupid when I'm reading. I awoke 5 minutes before my alarm, with a list of tasks and recipes circulating in my head like a million songs blaring out of one speaker. Then, bleary-eyed, shuffled my way down the dark hallway to the kitchen, being careful not to make any noise. I could not risk losing the few quiet hours I so desperately needed before the calamity of people arrived and descended upon my kitchen. The first pink glimmer of morning sun poked through my window shears above the sink. I stared and traced at the light for what seemed like a lifetime. Coffee? Startled, I turned to see my mother sitting in the breakfast nook, an unlit cigarette in one hand and a newspaper in the other. Oh, sorry, Mom. I didn't see you there. Yeah, I'll make some. Will you put cinnamon in it? Absolutely. It's not Thanksgiving without cinnamon coffee. I go about grinding the beans in my little hand crank grinder, adding tiny amounts of cinnamon every few seconds. Just like Grandma showed you. Startled yet again, I turned to see my grandmother sitting across the table from my mom. Her hair a perfect helmet of white fluff, and her house dress neatly pressed and starched. Grandma, when did you get here? Oh, I've been here this whole time. Now be sure to put your apron on. As if on command, Grandma's tattered checkered apron falls from the appliance hook above the sink and lands directly on the counter in front of me. I dutifully wrapped it around my waist. Once the coffees were consumed, we get to work on the day's many tasks. Mom was ironing the tablecloths and singing along with my oldies playlist. Grandma seasoned and stirred while complaining that she only listened to the gospel and bluegrass, but still tapped her feet along to Elvis's You So Square. By mid-morning, the two older ladies had vanished to wherever it is they go, and I remained in the kitchen, chopping, stirring, and sautéing feverishly, constantly checking the time and trying not to panic. Within the hour, my coffee decided to wear off, and I found myself struggling to find the pepper I had just set down somewhere. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, the canister of pepper bounces off my shoulder. Ouch! Sorry, my grandpa giggled from the doorway. Papa, you read my mind. I knew if your grandma left the kitchen, you'd be spicing things up. That is an accurate assumption. Put some garlic in it for me? Always. I opened the fridge to pull out a jar of minced garlic and turned to him to ask if this would suffice or if I should use fresh, but he had already disappeared, as usual. Minced it is, then. By noon, my husband was up and snooping around the kitchen for coffee and food. I had just put a fresh pot on and set aside a couple deviled eggs for his arrival. He thanked me and kissed me on my cheek and asked if he should finish ironing the table linen, knowing damn well I would not let him touch any of my grandma's antique linens with a hot iron. No thanks, honey, I'll finish them soon. Is this cinnamon or regular? Regular. Thank goodness. I know it's tradition, but the cinnamon gives me heartburn. I know, dear. I returned to Grandma's yellowing stationery note stuck on the fridge with an ancient plastic frog magnet. Take the lid off the roasting pan around noon. Brush the skin with butter and paprika. Leave the lid off and baste every 30 minutes until it's done. I set Mom's plastic chicken timer for 30 minutes and resumed mashing and stirring the various items. By 1 o'clock, I got the expected knock on the sliding glass door from my Uncle Donnie. He grinned and waved a cigar, half stuffed full with marijuana, in front of his face. I opened the door and whispered, "Fine, one puff, for tradition's sake only. But I can't get distracted after this. I only have 2.5 hours to finish everything." "Chill out, you cook better high anyway," says the man who's never cooked a meal in his life. Hey, I cooked once and then I learned my lesson and never did it again. "Hey, honey, I think your sister's here," my husband called from the living room. "Shit, put this out for me, Donnie." "No way, sister, I'm finishing it." "Who are you talking to?" my husband, now in the kitchen, inquired. "No one, just myself again." I quickly shut the door and yanked the vertical blinds closed just in time for my sister to walk through the front door. "Hey, sis, happy Thanksgiving!" I yelled a little too loudly. She looked around suspiciously and sniffed a few times. "Smells like you put too much sage in the dressing again." We both giggled knowingly. "Grandma must have known," she mused. "She had to have. I mean, there was never even sage in the dressing to begin with." More laughter. My sister then instinctively began ironing the table linens and humming to the Sam Cooke song playing on my phone. Mom loved this song. I can just hear her singing along with it now. "Ah, Jesus! How long has this iron been on?" she said, licking her burnt finger. "I'm surprised you haven't burned the house down." "Oops, I forgot. Sorry. Too much sage, I think," I snickered. My kids and grandchildren arrived just as the turkey thermometer popped out. The littlest grandbaby ran to me, arms outstretched. "Nonna! Il mio piccolo!" I exclaimed, picking her up and kissing her perfect little nose. She tried mimicking my words in her best toddler gibberish. "I Mimi pick-a-poo." "Close enough," I laughed. "She sounds just like you did," my grandfather whispered. "Who dat?" She pointed her tiny pudgy finger at him. "That's your Nonna, silly. You just said it," my daughter explained impatiently. "No, dat," pointing still. "Just like me," I whispered to myself. Ignoring her question, my daughter plucked her from my arms. "Oh my, I think someone needs a diaper change. Come with me, little lady." My husband carved the turkey at the adults' table, while my son rounded up the little ones to the children's table. "Mom, can I sit at the big kid table this year?" my son mockingly asked. "Well, you're only 32, so maybe next year." "This joke apparently never gets old, even if the kids do," my husband remarked with a cheekful of clandestine white meat. He thinks he's so sneaky, I thought, while I stood at the doorway in the dining room, staring at my amazing little family. My sister and her husband, my husband, nephews, and my grown children and their partners, all huddled around my mom's old two-leaf table. My grandkids and grandnieces and nephews at the kids' table. Mom would have loved this, I thought to myself. "Mom, you've outdone yourself again this year. I don't know how you managed to do it all by yourself," my son marveled. "Papa!" exclaimed my granddaughter, pointing to the empty breakfast nook. Oh, I had help. Okay, that's it.
Wow, that was amazing. That is like the perfect Thanksgiving piece, and like there's so many different things I want to say about it. So many things I loved. First of all, your narration, as always, was fucking amazing. The voices of the grandfather and the grandmother and like you did all of them. They were distinct and just memorable. And then the way you wrote each of their personalities was just amazing. You managed to capture each individual person's personalities and kind of what they were bringing to the table, and just also you managed to capture that feeling of nostalgia, like like that feeling of like those. Now I don't always have them anymore with my family, but those old like everybody comes and everybody's a little weird, a little wacky.
Yeah.
There's one guy, there's one person, he's kind of an asshole. He doesn't get invited to most things, but he got invited to this thing because it's a big family gathering. Like there's always like
exactly
all those different pieces, and like the way you brought it together. And then, oh man, your narration, like I said, especially like you mimed the hit and the cough too. It was fantastic. That was one hit for tradition.
Yeah. Well, I think, for me, and I think for a lot of people, sometimes, especially as we get older, the holidays can be a little bit haunting. You go about your holidays trying to preserve these traditions, and you're still remembering all of the people who aren't there, and you're trying to kind of do things the way that they did so that your kids and your grandkids can experience that in a new light, similar to how you did, but it's its own thing now. And I think for me, it's kind of therapeutic, like when I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking or doing something, and I have this little part in the back of my mind where my grandma is kind of nagging me about using too much salt, or my mom is just quietly sitting in the corner with some coffee and a cigarette, and it's just nice to have that feeling of her being there. She's not, but it influences what I'm doing and how I interact with my family that is there.
Yeah, and I love how you captured like it's, people say it's the little things, and not many people really think about what that means. And you're very good at capturing the little things, like the cigarette and the newspaper, just the little things that without those things, it wouldn't be Thanksgiving. It wouldn't be tradition. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you were so good at capturing that feeling of just like, and I feel the same way, because I was talking about earlier, like I said, my mom passed away a few years ago. And since then, I've tried to do things on every holiday, especially the ones that she loved, like, Christmas and Thanksgiving and whatever. Like, I've tried to do things the way she would do them.
Exactly.
And, in doing that, obviously it was a few years ago, and I've had a couple of years to go through that. And I've come to learn that I can't be mom. I can't do what mom did.
Right.
I got to figure out my own thing. I got to do it my own way, but still with as much love and as much compassion, you know what I mean? And
exactly.
kind of create new family traditions as well as
exactly.
holding up old ones.
Well, and I've always kind of had the thought that memories are a lot like ghosts. They're kind of like this echo of people and events and places that live in your mind. And traditions, I think, are essentially like the ghosts of our ancestors, and we pass them down. We give them to our family. So I wanted to make the youngest member of the family able to still see these ghosts or these memories completely uninhibited, but also experiencing it in a complete, unique way that one day she'll hopefully pass on to her family.
Right. Yeah. No, that was amazing, especially something you wrote today. I mean, that was just fantastic. Like, there are stories and just short stories that I've struggled to write for months that are not even half as long as that. 1,000 words is a struggle for me when it comes to a story, because, like I said, there's just so much to think about, and you just, like I said, you captured just the essence of each person. So, and it was kind of like you were just kind of like, I could picture it in my head, kind of just like the camera panning around to these different people as as she walked through the house, and just sort of like, her memories, and just like I could almost smell the cigar smoke. You know what I mean? Like,
that's awesome.
Like, yeah, like just that, like you really captured that. That was amazing. I'm gonna bring everybody else up here, see what they thought about it. What'd you think, guys?
Loved it. I love the visualizations because you are oral tradition. You literally brought a folklore to life because it reminded me of these like Thanksgiving scenes in the TV shows, the movies, but it actually had a lot more substance than what we would see. I need you to make that into a movie.
It'd be a very short movie, but thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that needs to be a clip for sure.
Yes.
The personas. It was the personas for me. The fact that you was able to be yourself as the wife, then you was able to be the grandpa, and that just I've been over
couldn't
here. I think
figure
I done
out how
snapped
to
so
do
much my
my.
fingers hurt.
Oh, thank
But
you.
that's amazing. That is amazing.
I couldn't figure out how to be the stoned Uncle Donnie or the husband. I didn't have enough time to like think of anything. I could have put more into Uncle Donnie, but I don't do well with short time.
I thought it was great. I pictured it like very, very clear in my head too. I have a couple uncles like that, and I definitely pictured that. I pictured it all very clearly in my head, but like I said, yeah, that was amazing the way you did those personas. She's right. That was honestly my favorite part about it. Not only the way you wrote them, but the way you like spoke them too. Like you went into different like you should be a voice actor.
That would be fun. I would have to learn a lot more voices. The Uncle Donnie part for me was a little bit frustrating. I kind of based it off of my cousin Dennis, who passed away. A couple of years ago, and it was very tragic and very sudden. I won't go into that, but I definitely wanted him to be like in this without it sounding, disrespectful, because he was my favorite cousin who we'd all be at Thanksgiving or Christmas and he's out in the garage, smoking a joint and everybody can smell it. And we're just like, oh, put a lot of sage in the dressing this year. Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm that cousin. So
I love that cousin.
I'm that cousin.
Me too.
Hey, I agree. I'm that cousin too.
Okay, you guys are all invited then. Come to my house. I need lots of those cousins.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It's will be a little hard for me. I don't have my private jet ready yet.
Oh.
So I'm a huge holiday person, and like I could feel it. Like I know, like walking downstairs when morning, that kind of thing, when you get that like feeling, the whole energy in the room, and like you brought that definitely to the story. So that gets it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
That was fantastic. That is like the perfect. You guys are like giving me like the perfect like Thanksgiving show here. This is amazing. I'm so happy when I do these themed shows. I'm gonna start doing more of them. I'm gonna like try and figure out every holiday I can on the calendar. Be like, oh, we're doing a President's Day. These themed ones come out so good because you guys just like are so good at writing to the theme.
For me, it's nice because I kind of go into themes myself, but into be brought out of that while I'm writing, like in a certain funk or a feeling, and like then I see someone asks me to do a theme. It's like
it is nice to have like some direction. Like, okay, here's your assignment. Figure out how to do it. I did kind of actually enjoy that.
I like that. It kind of like a shift in mindset.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad that it wasn't too much of a task for you. You guys came through amazingly. We're gonna get to our final artist in the rotation. Last, but certainly not least, as if she even needs an introduction, the amazing Miss Robin Bowser. She's a poet, a rapper, a singer. She does a little bit of drumming. She's also a certified Reiki healer. She dabbles in holistic medicines. Her Reiki studio is Reiki Soul Studio. You can follow her on Facebook at Robin Bowser. And She is also recently started. She is part of a production company that coordinates live events called Synergistic Approach Production. And so I'm excited to hear her talk a little bit more about that because I know she's excited. She's got that new thing going on. I'm gonna play her flyer real quick and we'll get her up here. If I can find her flyer, there we go.
Hey.
Even though you don't have a poem on that one, I just love it because that music is like a perfect fit for your personality and just like the energy you bring to the show.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
it's a vibe. Thanks for coming back.
Absolutely. It's funny, the poem that I'm doing is whenever you wrote me or I wrote you about something and you were like, I'm working on this thing. It's what I wrote. And then I combined it with what I wrote to you the other day again. So like I just mushed them all together like 5 minutes ago. So
Oh, wow. I love that. Yeah, I do that. I was talking about this on the show. I think either last week or the week before is one of the pieces I did last week actually was what I call a Frankenstein piece, where I just kind of took a bunch of different pieces that were like, half alive, and I just stuck them together. And I was like, it's alive.
right.
And yeah, I love when you're able to do that.
Yeah. Out of all my notes and stuff, like I got 5 songs out of it without having to really rewrite anything, which was kind of cool. So I know what you're talking about for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've been on many times before, but you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am a mom of 3. My youngest is right here. She can say hello. She wants to be on camera. There she is. She's up late. And I am a Reiki practitioner. I am also a writer, and I like to dabble in festival stuff, which is all coming along great. I've actually been sick for a month, so I haven't done jack shit really. I haven't been able to, but I'm getting healthy and I'm back on a roll, so that we're going to see a lot more, legwork in there.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Good. Just been a long fall. That's all.
I feel you. Yeah, I've been super tired too, and I'll be completely honest, I haven't even been keeping up with the show like I should. I was posting clips on YouTube and TikTok, which is how you gain more attention to the show. But I've been just so swamped with work. It's been a miracle that I've been able to make the shows the way I have these past couple weeks. So I definitely feel you on that one.
No, I get it. I wasn't sick for 7 years, like I said earlier, and then there's like all of a sudden in 1 month I got every sickness there was. It's like, okay,
Just hits you all.
been a little too scary for something. They had to like push me down a little bit. That's all. So, but I fought through it. We're good.
You've been too healthy.
Get down, no more, for sure.
Well, thank you for coming on again. What's the first piece you're going to be sharing with us?
I don't even remember what I told you it was called because it's literally 2 things smashed together. So I think it.
All right. I had it written down. I have for you. I have Family Strong and Finding My Best.
That's what it's called.
Family Strong or Family Strong. All right. I'm going to drop myself out of here.
All right. Hi, guys. So sitting around a leafy table, the whole fam damn turkey stuffing and mashed potatoes, and another one of the burnout cousins' exaggerated fables. So much trauma, we come with a warning label. User beware, proceed with caution. These beings may be unstable. We laugh, we joke, we kid, we give thanks that we let each other live. We give thanks every day, all day long, because showing appreciation shouldn't be prolonged. Because thanking someone in person goes a lot further than a tribute song. Stop holding hard feelings for mistakes and misunderstandings. Stop persecuting for wrongs. Family is family, and grudges will get them gone. Then where will you belong? There is no place for people who beat their chest like King Kong. So settle your ass down this Thanksgiving. Maybe try taking a hit from a bong. The more puffs you take, the less undergone. Maybe you'll stop judging wrongs, realizing you're not perfect either, and start getting along. Because let's face it, with more people behind you, no matter what you push on, with family behind you, your family strong. Ta-da! That's it.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing as always. I can't even tell where the split was in that. It just all fit together amazingly. And that again was another fantastic Thanksgiving piece. It not only spoke about family and sort of the emotional bond that you have with them and being thankful for and having family, but it also was kind of a public service announcement, which a lot of your pieces are, which is something I love about you as an artist, is like you're like this very calm, chill vibe until you start reading your shit, and then you're like, listen, everybody, get up off your fucking asses. Like, stop the bullshit. Yeah.
An outlet, you know. I try to keep myself contained until I have something written and I compose. That way I'm not just flying off the cuff, because if I do that, I gotta watch out.
Like we were saying at the beginning, like that's what it's for. You know, Lady C was saying that, you know, that's what it's for not flying off the handle, you know, getting the pen to flying off the handle, you know what I mean? Like you gotta get the pen flying off the page instead.
I wrote earlier in the chat, like the shift into the higher being, it's a good look. People should try it.
Yeah. I always love how you like I said, with your poetry, you try to bring like a sense of enlightenment with every single one of your pieces, in a sense of like open-mindedness, or like, we need to be open-minded. Like, come with me. I'll show you how to, like, you know, be more open-minded.
I think I'll say it every single show. Grace and mercy. Give yourself grace and mercy. Give everyone else grace and mercy, and just move on. It doesn't have to be more than that. We make way too much out of little things.
Absolutely. Grace and mercy.
But that's funny you said that, because I actually went a whole dark way with this too. Like the first one I wrote was like all about how my family trauma and like all this stuff. And then I was like, well, you know, maybe I should, like, happy Thanksgiving. Don't want to bring everybody down. So I went another way. So it kind of helped me like balance out a scale to where I could make light of, you know what I mean, the shit that I've gone through. So it was an experience. I liked it.
And yeah, that's something, like I was saying, I wrote my piece quickly too. And it was something that, or not quickly, but like recently is what I should say, in the past couple of days. And it was something I struggled with. I started off with this thankful thing. And then I was like, I had this part where I was talking about being thankful, you know, for, you know, being able to fight off my demons. And then I started talking about fighting my demons, and the piece just started to get darker and darker and darker. And I was like, oh, wait, hold on. I got to shift back. I'm talking about being thankful and Thanksgiving here. And, you know, also like with my piece that you're going to hear later is like, I was trying to like, it's kind of a Frankenstein piece, because I was trying to, it has two different ideas. I was trying to combine thankfulness and then talk about some of the other more political, more, you know, hypocrisy related things related to Thanksgiving. And yeah, like you did such a good job at doing what I was trying to do in my piece, that we'll see if I manage to do it or not. But take two ideas and write a like coherent piece that even came across as not even just two different ideas, but one single message, or one single, you know, that was amazing. So I applaud you for that too.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. I'm going to bring everybody up here to see what they thought about it. Who wants to speak first?
Okay, can I just ask, can I like play this as a disclaimer before Thanksgiving every year from now on? I think you perfectly nailed so much in that. I love it.
Everybody,
when I
listen, it's like anyone is dysfunctional. I don't care who you know. So and if you make light of it,
truth be told, when I heard this is a perfect opener to the TV show. I think it will be like a 30-minute thing on a sitcom. This will be the opening going into Shannon's piece.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's a
You
good
should have
That'd
this
actually be pretty
and
great.
then Shannon's like video. Yeah, that would be awesome, dude. We need to get a
I'm
production crew
just
on
gonna
that.
I agree with Shannon. You know, I'm gonna need to sit this on video recording dead smack in the middle of my table. I might have to play it twice so they can really, really hear it. Cause you know, I honestly think that's a message that really needs to be heard.
Right. Quit pounding your chest.
It's like, man, if you're gonna say it with your chest, say it with your chest. If you're not, tuck it back in the cage and just be quiet.
Right. Right.
Like it's a whole holiday. Like, why do people wait? Like, you got 360, how many days before the holiday get here? You got all that time to say something. Y'all always wait. It's time to sit down. We done bowed our head. People getting full bellies, and then it's like, really? Like, y'all could do this in a text message or something last week, 3 weeks ago, 6 months ago, 2 years ago. How old is this conversation?
I
want some Kool-Aid.
Okay, give me a second, okay? I got a house full tonight. I got the grandbabies and my little cousins, and they all just happen to be around the same age.
Nah, I feel you, yo. When you need your Kool-Aid, man, you need your Kool-Aid. I get
Look,
it.
she came in here like, look, she ain't say water, juice. She like, look, I need the Kool-Aid.
I need the Kool-Aid. You better give me the Kool-Aid. I'm gonna start tweaking out.
Right.
I know you're
like,
busy
look,
and all, but I gotta have my fix, Mom.
She like, look, I need the Kool-Aid, TT. I need the Kool-Aid. I'm thirsty now. I don't want nothing else. No, I just want the Kool-Aid. I'm surprised she ain't came in here and gave me a flavor yet. That's what I'm waiting on.
love it.
Oh man. No, well, Robin, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Awesome sauce, Robin.
Thank you.
We're gonna catch you again in a few for your second piece, and that's gonna bring us back around to Lady C here. What's your second piece gonna be?
My second piece is called Untamed.
Untamed. All right, let's just get right into it.
I'm untamed like a beast. I'm a force unleashed. My words cutting deep. A serpent, I slither, spitting venom. Untamed like a wild hurricane, ripping through your city, wrecking havoc. I'm a force, can't be contained or controlled. A raging inferno, burning brighter than the sun. Release me from this cage. I'm a rebel with a cause. You see these bars? They can't hold me. I'm an assassin with compassion, untamed like a wild stallion on the loose, bucking all the rules, no limits, no excuse. I'm a supernova, exploding with raw energy, a warrior of truth, fighting for my legacy. They try to tame me. I'm wild to the core, a fire burning within they can't ignore. I'm the best. Let's put it to the test, rising above the rest. A phoenix appearing from ashes, untamed and unstoppable. A lyrical titan spitting flames is nothing but fire. Smoke inhalation in your lungs. I'm unleashed, a wild beast, untamed and unapologetic. This is the path that I've chosen. I'm breaking free, letting my freedom ring. I strike, leaving darkness behind me. I'm a predator hunting, prowling in the night. Pack life. Untamed, I'm the flame that won't be distinguished. Ravenous, rageful, and rabid. With every verse, I make them reconsider. The untamed queen, the ultimate deliverer. So remember my name, because I won't be contained. I'm that fire that can't be restrained. Lady Crucible.
God damn! Yo, that was fire. That was straight fire. You fucking a supernova, a fucking warrior. Yo, you definitely are a lyrical titan, yo. Definitely, yo. That shit was fire. And just like as far as just a tribute to yourself and just like a lot of my shit, like I said, it's very dark and it also tends to be what's the word? Self-deprecating in a lot of ways. And I struggle to write things that are that strong and that upbeat and that motivating of oneself. I'm kind of good at motivating others sometimes, but not always myself. And that was just fantastic. That was some like fucking next level, like Eminem, fucking like fuck y'all, I'm the best. Tell me I'm not. Like that shit was dope.
Right. And it's just me coming into this new form of myself, since now, becoming a poet again and being able to express myself how I want. Ain't nobody telling me what I can and can't say and what I can and can't do anymore. It's like, yeah, I'm stepping out the shadows now.
Yeah,
I'm finally
you're
free to be
manifesting
me.
Yeah, that's what it's about. You got, you're manifesting your destiny. You think you're the best, you're gonna push yourself to be the best. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You got that mindset. You got to have that mindset of like, I'm gonna do not only the best that I can, but the best that is ever been done, because nobody can do what I do. People can do similar shit, but no one can do exactly what I do. And I'm gonna be I'm gonna be the best at it. And that is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, yo. I need that shit like on a playlist, like when I'm going into work, like, yo.
Oh, well, you know what? Give it a few. I'm just waiting on the drop of it. I'm getting ready to get a beat put behind that, so I'll definitely be sending it to you on SoundCloud.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! All right, let's get these other artists up here, see what they thought about it.
We need attitude.
What's that, Robin?
That we need more of that attitude.
Yes. Absolutely. Wow.
Gloves off.
Let. We need that. If you have anybody that is passion, we need.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I got it all the time.
I need to play that shit in the morning before I go to work, and then at night when I get home from work, to let myself know that shit ain't gonna be that bad and I can get through it. Like that shit was inspiring. Like
no, Dylan. It's when you're at work and you're just getting so PO'd. Your headphones on.
Right.
That's she's it.
Oh, just trust me. Once
I'm a supernova.
Once I get the beat behind it, I'll make sure everybody get it.
Hell yeah.
I would listen to that every day. Like, I really feel like you gave such an amazing voice to like hurt and frustration and tragedy, and then the process of overcoming it and rising above it and just making your presence known and making your impact on the world. It's beautiful. Like, I seriously got goosebumps. You are so talented.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Gone through like similar experiences, I'm sure, and everything. It it's hard when at that time you have a lot of insecurities, you have a lot of doubt, and when you hit that point where you don't anymore, where you 100% have your own backing, it's like a whole nother level, And like I said,
it's like
coming out of the shadows with your glove.
Basically, and it's like basically separating. People ask me, do I have a ego? I actually got a couple of them, but I've learned how to make them look. Sit down, shut up. Yep. It ain't your turn to talk. I'm running the show today.
Absolutely, but then there's
and it's like
you'll get your turn. Yeah, you'll get your turn. And as I feel that way too. Like I have different personas that I write with. You know what I mean? There's my side where I'm like, self-deprecating and, don't think a lot of myself. And then there are pieces that I've written similar to that. Off the top of my head, one is called Manifest Destiny, which is literally about manifesting my destiny, where it's that other side of me where I have this duality in my head where one part of me thinks I'm a piece of shit and the other part of me thinks I'm better than everyone else. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I got a challenge. I got a challenge for you. The battle isn't me. The battle isn't. I'm not the enemy. It's the inner me.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's really good.
That's like.
Can I have your mom? I can watch. But you fix it.
You're gonna love that one because you really gonna be able to sit down and you're gonna be able to battle with both sides. And eventually you're gonna pick a persona to the side that you're battling with. I got a piece where I'm actually getting ready to work on a part 4 where it's called The Visit with My Therapist, where I'm playing with the actual voices in my head.
I've actually already written a piece just like that. It's called "Speaking to Demons," and I go back and forth. Literally, it's the whole song is a conversation between me and my inner demon, and I go back and
See,
forth
now it's
replying.
me, the inner demons, and it's the therapist as well.
Oh hell yeah!
So
So it's like
I got like the therapist and the final, and this is not even a final because now, it was like, okay, I heard 2, 3 voices in my head. So now I get to my part 2 and it's like 2, 3 more. And it's like, oh my God. So I get to my part 3 and it's like, wait a minute. It's a kid in my head? And it's like, no. So I actually got the final too. So it's like, yeah, I've been really in it's like my darkness now. It's like I'm putting what I call my own comic book version of darkness in my own mind on paper.
oh nice, hell yeah, dude.
Like
Hell
that.
yeah. I like that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that piece with us. Make sure you stick around for the end of the
Thank
show.
you.
I'll pop you guys up here, and I'm gonna say thank you to everybody else, or everybody who just came on the show or whatever. We're gonna get
Thank you
to,
guys.
I believe, second one in the rotation is Oh No.
Yeah.
Hey man, how you doing?
Yeah,
What's the
yeah.
second piece?
So yeah, because one Dylan Lawler. Oh, well, it's Thanksgiving. We need to have a Thanksgiving thing. And when I started it, you remember I told you this was like literally the title of the other book I wanted to, well, it started compiling this stuff. So this one, I don't know. When you said, I need the Thanksgiving poem, this is what came to mind. It took me like a hour because it's a bit long. So I am ready to let it roll. And
All right,
yeah,
I'll drop
so
myself out of here. It's what's it
yes,
called again?
long live.
Long live. All right, get myself out.
Mm-hmm. Midnight sea, calmest dawn, where anti-heroes dwell. Battles wage, legends swell, gratitude's might lights up the night, cherishing dreams of what comes at first light. Distant shores across rolling Caribbean blue waves, hope emerges, beacons to those who in need. Inseparable from faith's economic grasp. A journey begins, eternal clasp. Long live in hearts full of grace, uplifting its essence, embracing every place. Humble abodes of mighty halls, gratitude blooms in the grandest of all. Circles and corners, and everything in between. Thankfulness always has a place. Depths of darkness, midnight, stars grew weary, losing their light. Anti-heroes, resolute, whispers, vows, honors, blessings, humble and low. Treasures they get, yet unknown. Mysterious seeds yet to be sown. Long live the hope that lights our way. Engraved in our souls, depths to pay someday. Though winds may howl and shadows gloom loom, in turmoil grasp, dreams face doom. Our anti-heroes know with steadfast belief we died, doesn't stay dead. It will bring back sweet relief. Long live the dreams that linger afar, radiant rays peeking through prison bars, eager eyes fixed on distant bejewels glimmered, holding dreams close as they flow as they grow dimmer. With every step, every struggle we endure, resolve steadfast hope ever assured. Know, dear reader and listener, that one fateful day, destiny's hands will embrace us and sway. Songs of thanks, voices shall soar all our dreams own galore, dancing avons and towering trees, murmuring winds, crashing seas. Long live the gratitude we display, a flame of light in life's mystifying labyrinth place. Our spirit lifted, casting away dismay, knowing we won't lack forever. Though barren deserts and icy plains, each day brings laughter without pains. Treasure what's present and what's to come. Bless anti-heroes, forever welcome. O hearts that flames will evermore reside. Long live gratitude, ever by our side. In days of plenty or days of not, cherish the blessings and lessons taught. Listen, souls who traverse the borrowed land. Here's gratitude might stands hand in hand. Long live the spirit that cherishes all, even the unseen will one day enthrall. Long live the dreams that lie ahead. Blessing the untouched, they'll be fed. Grateful hearts, let's rise and strive. Gratitude's embrace truly make us alive. Thanksgiving is not just one day. This I know and hold true. Being thankful and having gratitude holds strain all the days through. Blacken not the Fridays with want, but with gracious deeds given back. In the end, nothing really matters, but your reputation remains intact. It is intact. And that's it.
Well, goddamn. Thank you for that. That was powerful and inspiring as always. And I love the ending, like where you said Thanksgiving is not just one day. Like you really, that piece really made me think about gratefulness and being thankful, like as a human, and the fact that we're very seldom thankful for the things we have, and we kind of need to get back on a path of being grateful for the things we have, because all of it could be gone in a second. And
exactly,
you asked that so well. That was so amazing, dude. Thank you.
Yes. You know, because I know because people really need to learn what they have, because as they say, you don't miss it until it's gone. It
Damn
could
right.
be the love of a parent, it could be a friend, it could be your pet, it could be anything, even something as simple as, say, technology didn't exist, a lot of people will just be a fish out of water. So we have to appreciate what we already have, because a lot of people looking for bigger, better, shinier. But sometimes that's not what is even better for you, because you need to hold what you already have, because grass ain't green on the other side. It's fake.
Right. All that glitters is not gold.
Exactly.
Just because it glitters does not mean it's gold. I 100% agree with that. I'm going to bring these other artists up here real quick, see if they have any feedback for you.
It was amazing.
First?
Oh. It was amazing. It was, as always. I love how you always kind of pay homage to people. You were constantly like bringing up everyone around you and your family, and I dig it. It was very good.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say. Not many people caught the line, but I caught the line where you said from circles to corners.
Yeah,
I like that. I caught that line, man. I liked it.
No, it was really good.
Yeah, you definitely pay homage, and I like that you do that in your pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Not only
As was said
not
before.
only did you pay homage,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
okay, y'all cut these kids, I swear. Your
it's all right.
words, your words, just you had me. When I tell you, I ain't never snapped so much in my life that I might have a burn mark in between my finger and my thumb, but it's well worth it because again, not only did you pay homage, it's like as you spitting these words, it's like you could see the flames, and it's just spitting your calligraphy into the air, bro, and it's like stuck right there. And it's like if people ain't seeing it, it's like,
Yes.
hello, wake up.
Now,
Like, come on, like you got way more to be grateful for than you think you do. You crying about the small things, but there's people out here are way off worse than you are. Be grateful for what you got.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Exactly.
that was definitely dope. Very heartfelt, very deep.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is actually one of the longer poems I've written. And it was like, as I said, when Dylan said, "Oh, what we want to do is like a Thanksgiving show," uh, I don't know, it just flowed. Oh, and I almost forgot because today is one of my friend's birthdays, so I think she might be watching. So, Miss Gita, happy birthday today!
Well, happy birthday.
Yes,
I wish we had a happy
yeah.
birthday banner to pop up.
Well,
But absolutely.
yeah.
Shannon, do you have something you wanted to add?
oh, me?
Yeah, I just didn't know if you had something you wanted to add or you were.
Actually, like, it could almost be like a psalm, or a prayer. Like, at one point, I found myself kind of like closing my eyes and just listening along in almost like a meditative state. It's very rare that I can listen to something and really just get lost. And like her use of the word calligraphy is such a
Yeah.
beautiful visual to what I felt listening to this. I could almost see it written out in perfect, gorgeous calligraphy.
Mm-hmm.
I it
Well,
was very good.
well, as I say, this will definitely be part of the new book. I don't know when it will be coming, but it will be coming because with this version, how I see it, like as I say, midnight was counting the hours of the day. This version, I am thinking doing 52 poems, like week 1, week 2. So when that comes out, definitely, I'll have to be back on to drop it because I think Dylan Show is my book drops.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! We got exclusive access. We got the Ono book drops. Y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here. This is the place to come for this man's stuff. Hell yeah! I love giving you guys the platform to come on and share your stuff, man. Like it's awesome. Like every fucking week, no matter how tired I am, no matter what I got going on, like I get on here and you guys, like every artist I have on here, you guys just like give me this energy and just like make me feel just like at peace with the world. Like, all right, like everything's gonna be okay. We're good. Like there are other people going through the same shit and just like it's amazing, dude. Thank you guys all so much for coming on and sharing that with us. We're gonna move to our last artist of the night, Miss Robin here. What's the next piece you're gonna be sharing with us?
Oh man. Again, don't know what I told you it was called because I don't really ever title my things. This is actually the original song that I sent you for my clip. And I
Finding My Best.
Yeah, finding my best. There you go.
Hell yeah. All right.
That out there. But yeah, so you get to hear the finished product now. Kind of.
Awesome. I've been waiting for this.
I'm like all, hoarse.
You originally sent me this. I think you were on our like 3rd or 4th show, and this is our 18th show. So I've been waiting a while.
I've been
waiting a while.
I'm not a singer. So like I will sing it, but I'm writing these and like I would like to sell them or like, you know what I mean? Actually just like write for somebody else, not really sing myself. So, that's kind of thing.
Well,
but
I'm sure you'll do fantastic.
Oh, it's going to be fun. Of course.
All right. I'm going to drop myself out of here.
Okay. Let's go. I learned my lessons and I passed my test. Yeah, I done this before. Already know what's next. OG soul hitting harder than the rest. Heart so big, it's beating out my chest. Free sovereignty, my being's undefined. I'm here and now, cause I'm divine. And here and now, cause my body's aligned. And here and now, cause we're running out of time. Changing perceptions, I'm teaching them to be kind. Hit the ground running, choked and primed. Breath gives me words, and these words I rhyme. I'm spitting my truth, I'm dropping a dime. Trying to spread the truth about knowledge we find. Start a revolution, taking over this time. And I was at my worst, finding my best. I'm a badass bitch. So, sorry, confess. Lives I'm living in, times not pressed. In this body, my divine being blessed. I said, they're getting closer, living like we're not supposed to. They dumb us down so the elite get crowned and they're hiding what we're exposed to. Life source is shifting, no longer seduced. We now know the leaf, the tree, and the roots. What's now is one, came from three, then two. Together we stand, our highest self is with you. Push to the edge, nothing left to do. Look out for each other, be the vibe, bring the mood. Lead by example and grow our own food. Turn off the TV, stop listening to the news. Try taking a walk in your enemy's shoes and extend your hand from up above. Offer to pull them up out the mud. Show them compassion and unconditional love. Ta-da! That was it.
I love your signature ta-da at the end of your pieces. You've done it I think you've done it every single time you performed on the show.
I'm not a ta-da!
I love it. Yo, I started out the piece like I already knew the beginning of it word for word because I've heard that clip like so many times. I was jamming out, right? And then you went in like on that second verse, and I was just like, whoa, all right. Like, and it just got it got better and better. Like,
yay.
I don't want to say the last verse was better than the first verse because they were all fantastic, but it just like I love the way it evolved and the way like I said, because I've been listening to that and wanting that song on my playlist for weeks and weeks and weeks and months now. And like now that it's finally complete, like now you gotta send me at least like a voice clip so I can just jam that out.
Take it off of this. You got it.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I can clip my own show. I forgot.
I mean, I can send you a recording if you really want one.
Yeah, no, I just wow. That was fantastic.
Like my first songs that I wrote, and it's not like I've written a lot. I've only have 5, but I'm really enjoying it. It's a whole nother avenue to kind of change what I've already written in the past or writing new to a beat. It's kind of different, and I'm digging it. So
yeah, and you're really good at it. Like I love not only your flow, but like your rhyme schemes, the way you layer your words together. Like I'm a big that's something I listen to is, the number of syllables in a sentence and whether it matches up with the number of syllables in the next sentence, and just the way you put your rhyme schemes together is just fantastic and amazing. And I could go all night nerding out about it. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, no, your rhyme schemes are just fantastic. The way you put them together.
I appreciate and the whole platform. It's actually helped me be able to do this, in front of people a lot easier. So
it's helped me be able to do this in front of people a lot easier too. Believe it or not, when I started the show, I was like, oh yeah, I could host, and then I got here and I was like, oh, I have to host. I have to be a people person. But yeah, no, it's been so amazing. You've been one of the people who's been here like almost from the start, and like one of the people who has made this show what it is.
Well, thank you.
yeah, thank you so much. You bring such a great energy to that, to this show, and to your artwork in general.
Thanks. I try, it's an effort. There's an effort there.
Like I said, it's always like the most amazing like vibe and energy, but then you always have this message, this public service announcement. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm over all this bullshit. Like people just need to start exuding their like highest self, and like we were talking earlier, and just kind of projecting positivity instead of negativity. We choose. We have the mindset to choose how we want to live and how we want to perceive other people. It's as easy as that. And it drives.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. We need to wake the fuck up and stop being sheeple.
Sheeple. No more sheeple.
I love the word sheeple.
Heard it. When did
Oh,
this
really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, no. My mom used to say it all the time.
Is my lion's head up here? I have one that says, I forget, something about lions and sheep.
I'm going to bring the other artists up here, see what they thought about your piece.
Hi, guys.
Let me just ask, when are you gonna go in the studio and put a beat behind it?
So I had a studio in the basement until about a couple weeks ago, and now it's moved out of my basement. So I need to get another one. I need to figure out somewhere to go. I'm talking to a studio in Ohio, but like I said, I took some lessons, but I'm not the greatest. So, but I definitely want this to be heard.
The way you wrote that, that flow was just sick. The wordplay was just wow. Yeah,
means a lot.
Just wow, man. Keep that pen up, sis. Keep that pen up.
There's like 1,000 where that came.
Honey, we ain't gonna talk. We ain't gonna talk. I got no books.
Yeah.
What's that, Jenny?
I think they should collaborate and like do something together. Like,
look, the first note that I wrote was, "We have the same style." Like, because I usually write as I'm listening to you guys, just so I remember what to say. Because I'm a little. Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I don't mind doing collabs. Collab is my thing. Yeah. I'm actually
let's do it.
And Legendary Inc. Also, and I'm collab. Man, when I tell you, I done did so many collabs over there.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do a collab where we have a theme and we all have to do like a section. And
come here.
I think that would be cool.
And sort of like give each of our own thoughts about it. Yeah, that would be dope. That would be super dope. I've actually been talking about doing a lot of collabs lately on these shows. I'm writing a collab with, or I'm working on a collab story with another writer artist that came on here. She writes short stories and sort of like horror and some poetry. She writes a bit of it all, but we're writing a story together. I'm also collaborating with. You guys have seen the show. You've seen Cage C, Caleb before. I'm writing stuff with him. I've talked about writing stuff with my brother. And also this new kid I was telling you about that came on last week that just blew the shit out of the water and was just like, he also just fit in with the crowd so well. Immediately, like we were all talking about, like we got to get together, start doing collabs. Like we could be the 4 Horsemen, like. Yeah.
That'd be dope.
When I can bring artists together and like we can all like work on shit together too. It's not like this goes so much beyond the 2 hours that we do this for. You know what I mean? It's building a community. As you come on this show, now you're part of our community. You're part of the circle. You're like your family. And now, you know what I mean? And that's what I love.
Right.
It's not just a show. It's not just, America's Got Talent and you do your thing and you get the fuck off the stage. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
We sit here and we talk and we open up to each other and we build a community where we all can connect even outside of the show.
Right. Absolutely. Like I said, my festival, there's going to be a gazebo stage that is just for the Cypher, Lostboys Cypher. So it'll just be all open, like spoken word, for sure. So
I am so pumped about that. I didn't want to I wasn't going to say nothing about it for a long time. I wasn't going to announce it for a long, long time. I'm so excited about that shit.
It's a work in progress. You know, it's coming along. Our date got moved back, so it's in July now. Just so everybody knows, it'll be July 27th. Gonna be, and I like. But
Lostboys Cypher Circle is coming to a festival.
thematic.
Well, it might not be near you, but get a plane ticket or drive there.
It's called Thematic Revelry, and it's in Porter, Pennsylvania.
Hell yes. Hell yes. I can't wait for that shit. I'm so pumped. Oh, man. All right, guys. I'm going to do my piece, and then we can get out of here for the night.
Yay!
All right. This piece is called Thankful. And like I said, I tried to take all my thoughts about Thanksgiving and combine them into one very short, I think it's like a minute or 2 minutes long. Since I only do one piece every show, I kind of had to like get all my thoughts out about this holiday. And there's a lot to say about this holiday, you know, the things I'm thankful for, my family. And then there's a lot of tragedy and a lot of hypocrisy and a lot of things that go with the history of this holiday. I kind of wanted to talk about all of them. So I tried to do my best with that. But if I could give any message, if this piece could give off any single message, it would be that in order for us to be thankful for the things we had, others had to sacrifice and others are still sacrificing for us to be thankful for things we've had. So with that being said, this is my piece and it's called Thankful. As soon as it loads, here we go. All right. I'm thankful I'm able to give praise in this song. I'm thankful for family and I'm praying to God that they're always safe on the days we're apart. I'm thankful for food on my table. I was raised by a mom who taught to give thanks because there is a day when it all will be gone. She said to be grateful and cherish it. Life isn't long. That's why I'm so thankful that I can be happy and free because some mothers and fathers just died overseas. I'm in love with my country from the dirt to the trees. I'm thankful for the birds and the bees and the breeze, but I hate the fact that we smothered others to breathe. Nah, I can't really say that I'm proud of the way that we planted our seeds. I hate the fact that this country is rooted in money and power and greed. I hate that we built on the backs of the people we forced to their knees, stole solid ground out from under their feet, and murdered and beat those who didn't agree. I hate what they see when they're looking at me, like they think that the evil is part of my breed. And I hate it so hard to just eat with my family in peace because the news and the media call me a killer and thief. Listen, I can't change the past and I can't change what you see. So I guess I'll just be thankful because that's all I can be. And that is that piece. And I'm bringing you guys up to see what you thought of it. Thank you. Thank you. Any thoughts, comments?
Nails it.
Thank you.
Perfect answer, perfect show.
Your cadence. The cadence, period. When you said, I need you to run back the line when you said my mother raised me to be grateful for, what was that you said again? I'm gonna be saying it wrong and I don't want to butcher it.
I'm thankful for food on my table. I was raised by a mom who taught to give thanks because there is a day when it all will be gone. She said to be grateful and cherish it. Life isn't long.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That right
true.
Yes.
Yeah, that's. I mean, my mother.
That was dope.
My mother instilled in me this like it's part of my being that like I am like so in some aspects when it comes to like just the things that I have in life. I'm not a material person. I'm very humble when it comes to all that shit. And I was always taught to cherish the things that you do have. Like Uno was saying earlier, you know, everybody wants flashier and bigger, but sometimes the most amazing things in life are right in front of you. And you just have to open your eyes up to see them. And it's something my mom always like instilled in me from a very, very young age is, you know, you get what you get, you don't get upset, and you fucking be thankful for it. Because there are other kids, and everybody always uses the freaking like, you know, starving kids in Africa or starving kids in Cambodia, you know, thing. But it's like there are starving kids everywhere. There are starving adults everywhere. There's just people in general who have it worse than you. So be thankful that you don't. You know what I mean? And that, like I was saying at the beginning of the piece, I'm thankful that I can be happy and free because some mothers and fathers just died overseas. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are people who are eating Thanksgiving this week without family members that they wish they're at their table. Like, you know, there are people who, like Shannon's story, will look around their table and see the ghosts of people that should be sitting there and that aren't. And they aren't because they sacrificed so that we could have that food on our table and we could be sitting there happy and laughing and joking with the rest of our family. So yeah, that's, and not just, you know, soldiers now, but like I said, I was trying to take it back all the way to the history of Thanksgiving and what was sacrificed for not only the holiday to be a thing, but for Western civilization to be a thing. And yeah, I'm glad that Western civilization is a thing because I live in it. But on the same hand, I'm not proud of how we got here, you know. But Robin, I'm sorry. Did you? I heard you talking. Did you have something to say?
No, Jared was commenting about. I don't remember what it was. To be honest.
Because what we always have to remember too is, without the past, how could we build a future? And because not all only bad things that happened led us here, because we have to appreciate and be grateful for what was done to us, to our ancestors, because it would not have made us the strong people we are today. Because the way everything is being railroaded by wokeness, what will the future say about us? How will the future look? So the thankfulness is we have to look back and thank them for leading us the way they did for us to lead the future. Because sometimes when you're thinking it's better with change, sometimes certain things must stay the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if also if we don't remember our history, we're doomed to repeat it. We don't remember our mistakes make us stronger, but only if we remember and learn from the lessons that, you know, were brought about by those mistakes. We have to learn. And like Robin was saying, wake up and grow as people.
And make sure we're learning.
100%. So I'm glad that my message was at least. What's that?
Hear me? Am I echoing again? I said, and make sure we're learning the correct history and not just blind, and not just the stuff that we're told.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love how you put a spotlight on kind of the darker history of this country, while still like respecting and embracing this tradition as something personal to your family that, you know, has special memory, you know, pass along, but not for where it actually came from, not glossing it over with the BS that, you know, but just really acknowledging the dark holiday.
Yeah, because something I thought with all that other stuff, you know, the things I'm thankful for needed to be said. You know, it needed to be said that others have sacrificed so that we can be thankful for those things. But it also needed to be said that as far as the history goes, I am not my ancestors, and I should be able to enjoy a holiday in peace, in love and prosperity with my family without having it overshadowed by this dark cloud that I didn't create. Right. But the news and the media blame, you know, me for because of my skin color and because my ancestors created this dark cloud. You know what I mean? It needs to be said that we should be able to just have it be about family and food and not about the dark history sometimes, you know.
Mhm.
We need to remember it, but we also need to learn to move on and embrace what it is now, which is a time to gather with family, you
Hey,
know.
who do we
Mhm.
get it changed to like Family Day instead of Thanksgiving Day? Like we need to put
Yeah.
it. Let's change. It's got bad
Oh,
stigma, you
oh,
know.
oh, no,
Embrace.
because not even Thanksgiving, but gratitude, because we
Gratitude. There you
all
go.
have to be grateful for what we have. International Day of Gratitude. I
Yeah,
called it. Someone get on it.
take away the dark old label that
Mhm.
you associate with it and give it something that is universal, that anywhere in the world you are, this is your day of gratitude. This is your day to get with your family, and it's not based off of historical lies. It's starting right now.
And
Every
Right.
tailors can
Mhm.
be in.
We need to pick a whole new day. We need to pick a whole new day because if you think about it, every holiday is like that. Every holiday has been twisted by either the
Mhm.
church or the government into something completely different, or like Christmas completely stolen, Christmas and Halloween completely stolen from one culture and made into something else. You know what I mean? Like you had like Christmas, what was Yule, the celebration of Yule was stolen, and so was Samhain, and All Hallows Eve, the celebration of All Hallows Eve. It was all, and I feel like yeah, we need to just like create some new holidays that aren't so like bogged down by this fucking awful history of so much shit.
Like
crowded.
taking
Mhm.
or taking back holidays.
Yeah,
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 That's
because as I always will say, there is no white people, there's no black, there's no brown, there's no yellow, there's nothing. There's just the
people.
human rape
Yes.
people.
there's a perception. Is what
Yes,
it.
because
Yeah,
we all bleed, we all get angry, but we must always remember that we are the one who will make the world what it is. We are the ones who will break the world. And right now, from where I sit, the world is breaking.
but
Well, absolutely.
we're the ones who have to fix it. We're the ones who have to use
Mhm.
our not only our artwork but our minds and our passion and speak come on like that's part of what I'm trying to do here is when we come on here and we speak our truths, it helps other people and it inspires other people to speak their truths, and enough people do it, it's gonna make a change eventually. It's gonna make a change. It will.
I
You
don't
know,
know.
and you
Person,
have to believe that too.
Platform.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go. Okay.
I was just saying, this is such a unique platform for them. Just able to get together with people that I otherwise probably come across in life. Your unique perception and thoughts, feelings, and finding similarities and all of these things. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been exposed to. And I really don't know of a lot of other platforms that offer this. It's a really unique platform. I greatly appreciate you allowing all of us to be a part of it.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for being part of it. I couldn't do it without you guys. And like I said, like there are other platforms where no one can do exactly what I do. You know what
Nope.
I mean? And
Ow!
and and what I try to do is I try to bring that unique platform where everybody's just feels like, wow, this is like for the first time, I feel like I can just, be myself and express myself and just have an open, honest community and just like I've had people who come on and they're complete strangers at the beginning of the show, and by the end of the show, like we're homies. We're like hitting each other up. Not just about like poetry and stuff like that, but about our everyday life. Like Caleb, I talk to him pretty regularly actually, and I met him on one of our first shows, And like I said, we've just built such an amazing fucking community. Once you're on here, you're like part of the fucking family. And I love that. So, as Thanksgiving is all about family, happy Thanksgiving to my Lost Boys family, everybody on the show, and everybody who's come on the show, and everybody who watches the show, everybody who comments and likes and does all that clickety dickety stuff. Thank you all so much for coming on. Before we get out of here, make sure y'all go check out Robin on Facebook at Robin Bowser, and she's gonna have some live events coming to you soon. And next year, I'm gonna be on one of those live events. Hell yeah! And go check out Uno's book on Amazon and his website, thepoetrycnr.weebly.com. Go check out Nia Connie on Instagram at Lady Crucible or on YouTube at Poetic Priestess. And if you want to be a beta reader for Shannon's new book, you can email her at gcoffee, that's G-E-E coffee, C1381 at hotmail.com. Thank you all so much for coming out.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one. And make sure y'all tune in next Saturday at 9 p.m. I finally updated the banner, so it actually says Saturday instead of Thursday. So thank y'all. Peace out.
Thank you. Good night.